Another big story we're following at this hour. More evidence uncovered today in the murder of Tricia Todd, the Hobe Sound mother who disappeared last month and whose remains were found last week buried in a nature preserve. But will that evidence make a difference when it comes to the sentencing of her ex-husband who has confessed to the crime? News Channel 5's John Shainman live at the Hungry Land Preserve west of Hobe Sound with more tonight. John?
Well, Kelly, this is where the remains of Tricia Todd were found, the partial remains here in the Hungry Land Preserve. Now, today, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder said the findings that his divers made today, painful and disturbing, but it still may not make a difference when it comes to handing out punishment for Tricia Todd's ex-husband, Stephen Williams. Shortly after divers enter a canal not far from where Tricia Todd's remains were located, the first major find, a set of pliers, a connection made to a group of 9 human teeth found along the canal bank, most likely from the victim.
It would seem apparent that they were removed by Stephen Williams for the purpose of frustrating our investigators in what he had to assume would be their attempts to identify Tricia's remains.
A short time later, a saw blade was found, followed by 2 saws. One, a reciprocating saw used to sometimes cut drywall. The second, a chainsaw. Sheriff William Snyder says these discoveries reinforcing their initial thoughts about what happened to the Hobe Sound mother.
We believe that she probably was murdered by Mr. Williams by way of manual strangulation, so he used his hands. We say that because there was no blood evidence in her home.
The sheriff says hair was discovered on the tools.
We will be able to say beyond a reasonable doubt that those were the tools that were used in what Williams did subsequent to the homicide. The
Todd family approved a plea deal with Williams for a 35-year sentence on second-degree murder charges. With the evidence now pointing towards a premeditated act, could that deal be taken off the table?
I am not sure that anything that occurs here today will substantially change that. This evidence is likely not going to change anything.
Now, Stephen Williams' sentencing hearing is set for June 24th. A memorial service for Tricia Todd will be held June 7th. That's next Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Christ Fellowship here in Stuart. We're live in Martin County. John Shainman, WPTV News Channel 5.